Priest. Priest is one of those classes which you don't actually see around that often. It's for two reasons. One, it's arguable that they aren't actually that powerful, at least at this time, right after Blackrock Mountain, a little bit after Blackrock Mountain, but they have some things going for them. This is a list by Colento. Not a list I've run very often, but I have run Control Priest in the past quite a bit, and this is definitely a Control Priest deck. It has some elements, a lot of elements, which are really unfair when put together completely, but the main problem with Priest is that sometimes things don't work out exactly the way you want them to all the time. So in this deck, there are a lot of combos. You have Wild Pyromancer and a lot of cheap spells like Light of the Naru, Powered Shield, sometimes Thought Steal with Wild Pyro, and everything gets damaged a little bit. You play out the Northshire Cleric, you play Circle of Healing, you draw a bunch of cards. You have the Shrinkmeister and the 2 Shadow Madness / Cabal Shadow Priest combo. You of course have Circle of Healing comboing with Injured Blade Master for 4/7, or with Akanai Soul Priest for 4 mana, deal 4 to everyone. And then you just have Sturdy Control. At its best, if you were to be able to pick the answers, I feel fairly confident that Control Priest would be able to trounce quite a few decks, but the main problem is that you often don't get as consistent a draw as you would hope. Colento's version of Priest here has quite a few cards which are missing from usual Priests. I'm just going to rattle off a bunch. Zombie Chow, Shadow Word Pain. Some people run Recombobulator to Shadow Madness and Recombobulator. I personally think that's even more situational. Villain's Chosen, especially if you're running Zombie Chow. Death Lord to stop the aggro. Holy Fire as a bit of a life gain card in the late game. Dr. Boom, Ragnaros, Mind Control, Sneed's Old Shredder, big cards. Holy Nova in particular is missing here. Oh, and Vol'jin also. Yeah, that's one of the cards where so many people thought would be so good, but turns out to not be here. You can also make a pretty easy budget version of this deck. You take out the Harrison, you take out Ysera, you add Mind Control, and you add in like just something else that fits. Like even something like Earthen Ring Farseer is worth thinking about. Yeah, and one of the cards I didn't even mention was Dark Cultist, which has surprisingly taken a back seat out of a lot of the control decks just because there's not enough room to fit all these good cards, and it's kind of weird. But anyways, this is the Colento version, and I'll trust his judgment here.
I must protect the wild.
The light shall bring victory.
So in the early game, you're pretty much looking for, it's really scary to only keep Circle of Healing, but as it turns out, I think most people agree that Circle of Healing is a good keep. Anyways, I'm gonna get rid of all of this, that's pretty obvious. Now you also have Akanai Soul Priest, Light of the Naru as a combo. If you're running Light of the Naru, you probably don't run Earthen Ring Farseer. So yeah, this hand is currently real bad. Although, to be fair, this Priest deck is going to have a lot of slow draws. It is perhaps to my main benefit that the Druid, importantly, didn't have Wild Growth, and that's a great draw. Oh. Looks like Druid has a very shiny deck. That's a nice card to get. So the choices are either Akanai Soul Priest or Thoughtsteal again. I'm a little reluctant to put Akanai Soul Priest out there, but it is one of the things to really consider is what can your opponent do? With 4 mana, he can swipe, which isn't good enough. He can Wrath plus send that in, which is alright for me. I think Thoughtsteal is a little too slow. I plan to go 4, 5, 6, so I will play Akanai Soul Priest. This is not bad. Like, I can just send that in there. Though, yeah, I will both do that and play Sludge. What? No, we'll just play Sludge and not worry about that for now. General rule of thumb when it deals with Shredders is if you can't kill both parts of it, then maybe it's not worth considering doing yet. Especially since I have Cabal Shadow Priest coming up next. I have a decent chance of Shadow Priesting the thing that comes out of the Shredder.
I must safeguard.
Keeper of the Grove, though, is generally the best card that is going to be gotten. One of the big reasons why Priest is good is because Cabal Shadow Priest is absolutely insane. This move is ridiculously strong. To put it into perspective, on 6 mana, like if you just count these two stats together, that's a 6/9. But it's better than a 6/9 because you took a 2/4 from the opponent, so you can kind of add those stats too. So that's like an 8/13. Cabal Shadow Priest, obviously a really strong card. It's just, can the rest of the Priest cards make up for it? Okay, so swipe and then send this guy in is pretty good. I wonder if I can find something better. I don't see anything. Swipe, send that guy in, Northshire Cleric, heal. That's pretty good. Also, a really good card in Priest is Northshire Cleric. It's just, Priest has all of these great cards, it's just not represented as much because it's a little bit inconsistent. Fortunately, the opponent had a slow start, so I can just enjoy this stuff. Technically, I should have drawn the card first, as usual, similar to how Warlocks operate. If you plan on drawing the card, then you should do it first, but there was no play I was going to make other than swipe, so might as well swipe first. Whatever. Northshire Cleric, that's fine. What the? Oh my gosh, where's my swipe now? What? Unprepared I am. I also don't have Shadow or Death. And use a Shadow Madness to kill off 2 of those guys. What would be my other play? It would probably be Thought Steal. Or Injured Blade Master. Oh, Injured Blade Master, Light of the Naru for sure. So I have 3, 4, 8. You're seeing a few of the combos work together here. The Injured Blade Master, Light of the Naru combo is, of course, quite strong. Notably, healing that doesn't heal it up to full, so you get a Light of the Naru. And I've got a few combos here, Shrinkmeister, Cabal Shadow. Looks like I thought Steal and then play Sylvanas, and the Savage Roar is going to hurt a lot. And possibly Cabal Shadow Priest, but I kind of want to combo it with Shrinkmeister.
I have no time for games.
Okay, so one of the really good things to Shrinkmeister Cabal Shadow Priest is this Sludge Belcher. The Shade of Naxxramas is also really good, but I feel like I need the taunt right now. I'm probably going to send in Sylvanas into the... no, I can't do that. And play Keeper of the Grove. Oh, I can steal Doctor... No, I can't. I could Shadow Madness Doctor Boom if I had it.
Let me change your mind. Let none survive.
Possibly consider Circle of Healing after all this. Oh my gosh. Oh, so close. Okay, so at this point we've actually entered a pretty good spot for the priest. With the slime, he cannot kill me. So I'm going to play Ysera. Because Force Savage deals 14 damage with nothing on the board, which of course I will cause him to have nothing on the board. First, I think I tried this into this. No, into this, because I would want to use the 3... No, into this. The thing is, I want to play Ysera, and I want to keep the ooze. This gives me the greatest chance of hitting either one of those. Unfortunately, I missed, and I'm going to have to use the 4-5 and the 4-3. Yeah. But the good news is it's really hard for a druid to deal with Ysera. So, keep Ysera around for a long time.
I must safeguard the land.
That's really scary. Nobody is willing to do that. Leads me to believe that I'm going to die the next turn.
I shall bring you rest.
Because the way, if he didn't, yeah. That's unfortunate.
Victory or death!
The light shall bring victory.
Okay. With this hand, I'm likely going to play Northshire Cleric, Powered Shield on turn 2. Don't do the Northshire Cleric on turn 1 because it might run into Fiery Wind Axe, and that would be bad.
Armor made to fit.
One of the dream openings is to go turn 1 Northshire Cleric, turn 2 Coin Injured Blade Master, Circle of Healing, and certainly sometimes those hands come up and then you just win, and it feels like Priest OP.
Let the pain speak to me.
So, this would be one of those games.
Right away.
Alright, so here's an example of how when the cards come together for Priest, it's actually insane. Where you just draw 3 cards for 0 mana. If you thought Battle Rage was good, that would be the way to do it. Not only draw 3 cards for 0 mana, but you also get a 4/7 for 3 mana. I would really like to play the Cabal Shadow Priest and steal this guy. But probably better to coin out Sludge.
Right away.
The thing about the Priest is that they have so many plays that can generate intense amounts of value. The main problem with Priest is that you have to have a very specific certain combination of cards or a certain board state for that to happen. And when it does happen, you feel so good. Best feeling in the world when that happens. I'm gonna dodge attacking because otherwise he can just attack back and then use the 1-2 against the 1-2 ooze. Very likely that he kills it anyways, but there was some chance that he wouldn't. Probably end up Cabal Shadow Priesting the 1-1 still. It's still good. deny him a card, draw me a card. Kind of a 3-for-1.
Let me change your
2-for-1.
right away.
If I had another circle of healing, I would have drawn 5 cards there. That would probably be a few too many cards. Even better, as Priest, you can heal the Acolyte of Pain and get even more cards. Darn, I'm very close to stealing Emperor Tharsam, but not quite. It's gonna be Shadow Word Death. That's the only target in the deck that can be Shadow Word Death. As he is playing... Oh no, he's not necessarily playing a Patron deck, he played Sludge Belcher. Still probably right to Shadow Word Death, I have 2. And killing it right now costs too much. Or does it? I would like to try to save the Acolyte. This could be a good Shrink Master. I have the Shrink Master combo though. One of the interesting things about this deck is that it will often not be able to play out all the cards.
Right away.
Wondering about if I... Oh, I should have... No, never mind.
Take the hit.
Pyro Death would have drawn me an extra card. I hadn't actually considered that. Alright, Injured Blade Master, Light of the Naru. Maybe with a Wild Pyromancer. I don't want a Shadow Word Death that.
In the light's name.
Do I want to draw one more card?
Quickly.
Nah, I have the Acolyte of Pain out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. No, no, no. I should have also played Wild Pyromancer there, because my hand limit is approaching the limit. But I wanted to play around Brawl.
And the world trembles.
Okay, that's the dream right there. Oh my gosh. Unless I have lethal. I don't think I have lethal. So we'll do the dream.
See if this works. Let me change your mind. Right away. Face the light.
So there you have Priest in a nutshell. Like sometimes I should probably play Northshire Cleric also. Sometimes you have just incredible value past your wildest dreams, but sometimes you just don't get the exact cards together and kind of get nothing.
Hand is too full.
Oh, that's a really good card that I burned. I mean, it's bad for me. It's good for him that it got burned. Anyways, I think I dream Sludge. Yep.
I dream and the world trembles. Obey. Right away. Physical. Face the light.
He didn't have Brawl there, so he probably doesn't have Brawl. I can just play this Northshark. No, I can't. 8 cards in hand, Ysera, draw. The problem with playing another Northshire Cleric is if I Pyro Circle, I might kill myself. I have 13 here. Not really interested in drawing too many more cards out of this. Now there's two interesting puzzles about the game. One, I don't want to play Sylvanas because that overcommits in the brawl. Two, I have too many cards in my hand, so I'll play
I have
Sylvanas.
no time for games.
Probably should have also played Northshire Cleric. When you're like really winning as priest, sometimes you have to deal with the first world problem where you just have way too many cards.